Okay, guys, let's start it. Am I audible? Can anyone speak up, please? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
audible.
Okay, let's start the session now. A very good evening, everyone. I'm Shreyas Aradiga, and I'm a member of XCoder Coding Club. Today, now we have joined here to the workshop on UI UX, which has been organized by the Department of CSE in association with XCoder Coding Club. This session will be taken by our friend and XCoder member, and he is also UI UX lead on XCoder Coding Club team. Let's welcome Gautam HM from 4th. So I welcome Gautam HM and request him to take over the session. Gautam, the session is handed over to you.
Hello. Thank you for the introduction, Shreyas. Hello everyone. Good evening. I hope you all having a fine day. So, 1 second. Can you see my slides?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, my name is Gautam. I am from ECU department, 4th here in JNC only. Uh, Before we begin the session, let me. Uh, 1 second. Today we are going to discuss what is UI UX design and few things. So before we start the session, I would like to ask like how many of you watched the Charlie 777 movie? Just put 777 in chat. Yeah, anyone watched Charlie 777 this week? Oh, lots of you watched it. Yeah, that's great. Mm. Like, how was the film? Was it great? Oh, yeah, lots of you have watched the movie. Yeah. So looks like I'm the one who left behind. I still haven't watched the movie yet. So coming back to the session, let's start with the session. So I'll give you an overview of what you will get to know from this session. As you might have seen, these like what we are going to discuss today in the message only. So let me make it clear once again. So first, I will give you a little introduction into the UI UX, and I will tell you about very basic things which will help you understand the rest of the session and in UI UX in general. And then we will get into the design thinking process and UI UX. It is quite beautiful and very effective. You can apply this to your daily life, not only to for the design. You can apply it to this any field, and it will give very fantastic results. And then I will give you an estimate of how much these designers will earn, and what is the scope of this industry in the future, and like is it easy, or how can you get the job, and yeah, like the salary and industry side. And then I will give you some useful tools and resources which will help you get started with this UI UX design. Okay, so first let's start with the introduction. As you might know, UI UX basically the full form of UI UX is user interface and user experience design. uh, you might think that these are like two different topics, but actually they are not. They are like two faces of the same coin. So the user interface, which like primarily deals with the visual design and aesthetics of the product, and user experience is like most of the like back end work, not back end, like backstage work, the research and gathering the team and finding the most effective solution to the problem. So if I want you to understand I will give you an example of Zomato. So as you can see, whenever you are using Zomato, the user interface, which like the what icons, colors, animations, and the buttons you see, those are all user interface. And uh, coming to the user experience, when you click something and something happens and it redirects to something page, and if you get something like if you apply a coupon code, it will show some animations and which will make you feel happy, like that, experience, giving you a good experience with the user interface. These both are very important. Without one, yeah, they, as I said, they are like two faces of the same coin. So I will to give a good understanding, we will just take up the interface word. As you know, interface means which you communicate with the product. So we interact with these kind of interfaces in our daily life. For example, we use our TV screens, the smart TVs or something. Like all these days, TVs have their own unique interface, and they are very easy to use just with a single remote. Not that much buttons. They are also a type of interface. And as you already know, mobile in apps also interfaces, and as usual websites, and also smartwatches also have their like very specific interface because of the narrow screen size. Designers have to design them so to make it very readable or very usable to the users. And you might have know this like TV interface, mobile apps, websites, and smartwatches. But user interface and user experience plays a great role in the you know like spacecraft also. When when the pilot sits in the cockpit, he has to know if he clicks which button, which what happens, or in the display it has to show the all the details and statistics of the plane, and what is the condition of the plane. It is also a kind of user interface, but in this we are not actually discussing those spacecraft pilot interface like that, but we are mainly discussing on the like mobile apps and things. And the people who design these interfaces are called UI UX designers, or like product designers in general. So the main focus is on apps and websites because most of the people use the internet and they have access to their mobile devices or laptops, and they use cell phones. So most of them are available on apps and websites. So we try to build great digital products or in simple apps and websites in this interface and UI UX journey. So it is basically designing an human-friendly and easy-to-use interface which solves a problem. So if we take the example of Zomato, as you can easily see, when you open the app, it will automatically show you the restaurants near you and the previous ordered food and all the things very neatly. So uh, you don't have to go to the restaurant to buy the food. You just have to click there and order the food, and it will come. So it will solves a specific problem, and it is user friendly also. They have started stopped using paper plastic bags and using paper bags like that. So this is the main goal which we try to solve in this user interface and user experience. Most of the software as a service companies like Zomato, Byju's, Udemy, there are lots of apps and websites you can count. they are successful just because their user interface or the experience is very good. Airbnb, Oyo, they were like they didn't existed in like 5 or 10 years back. They came in suddenly, and they had a great interface, and they solved a specific problem, and they are now in like top of the market. So uh, like solving a problem is one thing. So how to solve a problem? So like not a mathematical or logical problem or C programming like that. It is just simple problem like Zomato solved. Like you don't have to actually go yourself and buy the food from the restaurant. They connected the buyers and the restaurants, and just the click of the app, the restaurant will get the notification, and they will pack the food, and the delivery boy will pick up and give it to your house. Just the like same cost. So how do they come up with the like those solutions? So most of the solutions are successful companies. They adopt something called design thinking. UI UX design process also something similar, but design thinking is like very main thing which helps us solve great problems, and it is very beautiful also. So basically it is a process which enables us to derive an effective solution to a specific problem. As I took the example of Zomato, it solves a specific problem like that. So, and also this design thinking makes you think outside the box, like not exactly outside the box, like somewhat, to frame it in a cooler way. So there are 5 stages in the design thinking. These are not steps, and like you don't have to follow like step 1 and step 2 and step 3, step 4. These are stages. You can jump between any stage at any time, and you can come back, like go to the third step and jump to the come back to the first step. You can do like whatever, wherever you want. It is completely free and open. You can play around with it. So the 5 stages of design thinking are empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So the first step, not step actually, the first stage. In the empathize stage, we discuss with people and try to understand their problem. Let me take the example of Zomato itself. So they might have found this like very idea, like trouble of going to the restaurant and like standing in the queue or something, and buying there and ordering food. Like it is time consuming. So they might have asked some people, and which are facing the same problem, and they try to understand what is the problem exactly, and they try to interact with them and find the problem which they can solve and effective in the market. So in the second stage, define, they get a like a clear idea and understanding of what problem they are trying to solve, and for whom they are trying to solve, and what are their target audience, what is their age, like that. In Instagram also, you can see most of the users are like young age, I can say, like 14 to 25, 36, 40, like that. They also like there is a certain limit to their usage. So more, so they can like pull most of the users to use their app and use their services. So in next the stage, ideate, we like in our team we get together and pitch new ideas and solutions, and collect the existing solutions, and like just try to make them better. There is like already Swiggy and Zomato, and like some other Uber Eats like that, but like Zomato is having a higher end because they do something differently. Their branding is like a little different, and in the social media also, and the notifications that they send, like they are very human friendly, I can say. So in this stage we just like gather together and find ideas and solution. Even if it's a silly idea, we can just note down and get to the next stage. So in the prototype stage, like we create a testable model or something. Uh, it may be like a drawing on the sheet to show other users like is it good or not. like that. In this stage, we basically build a like very basic version of the product, or a minimal viable product, you can say, which helps us to understand like if the problem which we are going to solve is this actually good or not, like if the solution is suitable or not. So in this stage, we just build the prototype, and in the next stage, we if we take the example of the Zomato only, so they might have in the early stage, like when they just started as a early stage startup, they build a prototype, and they go to their end users, or maybe testimonials or something. They go there and they show the app, and they ask them to try order a food or something. If they find it easy, if they easily can find the research restaurants near them and order the food, it is very good. And if they cannot access through the app, so the person who is doing the testing will actually notice that like here is the flaw and we need to change it, or like change the color or increase the button size so it is easy to click. So it is just going in the real field and testing our product. So as I said, it is not in the steps like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It is like a non-linear iterative process. You can first like discuss with your end users or customers and understand the problem, and then you define your idea properly, and then you like sit with your team to find out a solution, and then you build a prototype. And if you find any like flaws or something in the prototype, you can again come back to the define stage or ideate stage. Then you can alter your product according to your new needs or something. And in the test stage, in the Google Play Store, you can like give feedbacks to the developers which who have developed the apps or something. So they will most of them will go through the feedbacks and try to improve their apps, which will help the users get better, and like simply make their life easier by making the user flow and app or something easy. So it's a non-linear process. You can jump to whichever stage you like feel. If you need any changes, you go back and iterate something and bring up a new design and again test, and you can like jump between any stages. So now I guess you might have gotten a like a idea of like how the process is. First we find out the problem, then we define what is the solution, then we ideate, like bring new ideas and in the solutions. Then in prototype, we create a basic model, and in test phase, we test the actual product. So now let's see how much these UI UX designers especially are making in the industry. As I said, in this software as a service industry, UI UX is the third highest paying domain. So let's get into the scope and salary of this industry. So let me like tell you like when this industry started like skyrocketing. Before the lockdown, also this industry was like present, but not that much like popular. But after as soon as the lockdown began, most of the companies have to go online. Like if they don't have a website or don't have an app, even the basic business also in other countries, just they went online and started delivering their products through courier or something. So at the stage only, the lots of companies have to improve their online presence, or their like service providing in the apps or websites. They have to make the like Amazon, you go and purchase something, and in Zomato you order something. They have to make their user flow very easy. Within less number of steps, you have to buy their product. You have to order something from there. So they have to hire UI UX designers for these improving their designs, and making their product very easy to use. So all these companies, Zomato, Swiggy, Byju's, Paytm, Byju's actually like skyrocketed as lockdown started. most of the students, college, like everything went lockdown, and they started like advertising very quickly, and uh, they get most of the, it is very big company now, Byju's, Zomato, Paytm. So these are the few companies which like literally blew up in the after the lockdown stage. So I have like done a little research on the internet to give you an estimate of how much they can earn. So I will assume that like if you have uh, a decent designing skills and a solid portfolio with like 1 or 2 year of practicing in your meantime, actually you can start learning these skills in this engineering course also side by side. That is what I am doing now. So according to my research and few of the companies also, they have posted on LinkedIn, in India the starting salary with like if you have medium skills and like solid portfolio and like with some few case studies, you can get up to 15 lakh per annum, just for starting out also. There are also design degrees, like which is not necessary, but I will tell you about that in the coming slides. So in India, you can earn 15 lakh per annum, and in the worldwide, it is 38 lakh per annum, and in United States, it is 70 lakh per annum, and in Switzerland, it is 73 lakh per annum. You might be wondering, like, why they are giving this much money to these designers? Because Switzerland is like a main home for the big tech companies, and United States also. So they give this much money because if we take the example of Instagram only, the UI UX designers behind Instagram has to make the users use the app again and again for longer period of time. So like this might get into the dark side of the UI UX, but it is also uh, like Instagram uses very bold colors for the young audience. They recently rebranded their color scheme to like very bold and font style also. So they make the users like to use the app again, use the app or website or any service again and again for longer period of time. So so like going to the top in the future, I can guarantee that. And there are like thousands of vacancies for in the companies is right there. You can gain these skills and join them. So as I said, there is no formal education required for you to be a great designer. You don't necessarily have to go to the design degree college or take a design degree. You can learn it from the internet only. So as I said, you have to like have a medium or like if you have good skills, then it is good enough. But you need to have a solid portfolio with few case studies, which will help the company or anywhere you are going to recruit you or to hire you. And if you have like a very low level portfolio and medium skills, then also the salary will be like 10 lakh only. It is a very demanding skill right now. So now I will give you few tools and resources which will help you get started with this UI UX design journey. And like as I said, you don't need to dedicate like 3 or 4 hours per day doing this or learning this. You can just simply spend at least 1 hour per day if you are interested. Then you can easily learn the skill by the end of your engineering. So how can you get started with UI UX? So as I said, you just need to learn few basics of visual design. You can also niche down if you want. You can only focus on mobile apps or websites or web apps. If you go in depth in this UI UX, it is like a very big ocean only. You can literally find anything on the internet to search for. So let me give you some resources. First, I will like give you some YouTube. channels which you can follow to get started. Ansh Mehra is a UI UX designer in from India only. He makes very top-notch videos for UI UX for you to get started. His videos are like very knowledgeable and full of content. I suggest you watching his videos. He might have few videos for you to get started also. You can watch him. And Saptarushi Prakash, he is like a very great designer working at Zomato. He also like kind of documented his journey on his YouTube channel, how he shifted from companies to companies, and what are the things you need, and how to present your case studies. And he is also very good in interaction design. You can check out his YouTube channel. And AJ and Smart, he specifically teaches you about Figma and some other UX stuff like researching and design sprints. You can check out his channel also. And also for our lucky last year, Google only released their only professional course, which after completing, you will get a certificate, of course. But the people who are working as a UI UX designer in Google and their products, they actually took their time to build these course and teach you how to be a UI UX designer. It is like a 4 or 6 months course, I think, depending on how much time you spend on the course. It is on Coursera, you can get it. And if you finish this course, for the certificate, it is it has great value because it is like officially provided by Google. They will like basically give a problem statement like my college something something. You just have to design those every days and to apply to your design journey. It is also very good. You can get started with this. So, and coming to the tools, there are mainly uh, three tools to use for UX. Before Photoshop also one of it, but now Photoshop is not official and not that industry standard. The first tool is Figma, and the second tool is XD, and the third tool is leading the market here, and it is like a industry standard now. And but Mac users, uh, currently there is it is the like, best tool you can free if you just give Voice is not audible.
Gautam, your voice was not audible. Can you repeat again?
So I guess my voice was not audible in the previous slides. I will just go through it again. Uh, if it comes to the tools, go go to the Figma and download it with blindness. I can guarantee you it's like and I just need you to subscribe to the student ID student education plan. You can get it completely free until you finish your engineering or yeah engineering course. So inspiration and ideas providing sites are like dribble behind inland. You can find like most of the ideas here only, but even in the Google search, you can find any ideas. And Pinterest is also very great. In that you find it hard to find like study materials, notes, or textbooks for your subject. You can just get a team and start working on like there is already a video hub app, but take it is engineers. The website they are maintaining it very great, but the UI is somewhat okay, but not like great. You can make something like which that you can like literally uh, build it and get access, and you can also later monetize. Hello, is my voice audible?
Gautam, one question. Yeah, it is on and off
Ah,
audible, Gautam. I have a question. For someone
yeah.
who's a newbie into
Ah.
creativity and everything, before they start with Figma, what would you suggest they should learn?
You they can refer few of the Figma tutorials, and then the 100 days daily challenge. They can take that and start like spending few
Is
minutes,
there any
like few
software
minutes
that
or
you would
hours
recommend?
learning how to
Is there any,
create of any app.
actually, my sorry, Gautam, one second.
Uh,
Actually, my question was if somebody was new to this complete thing,
uh,
before they'll start learning Figma, is there any
uh,
other software that would be easier for
uh.
people? Let's say Microsoft Paint or something. Would you recommend any other software before we start using Figma?
No, actually, I would tell because it is industry standard, and there is no other tool which you can like to designs into code. It is easy to collaborate for like that feature for their like basic plan. Yeah, so we use Figma.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Like I was not expecting you to. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, you can ask me now. Any questions for me? Yeah, yeah. So I guess no questions. So I have like pasted a like rating like filling in that form. It will help me like get better for the next presentation. Actually, it was my first presentation, so I was quite nervous. So Google form will be more happy to receive it.
It was great, Gautam. It was
Uh,
great, except for your voice
like
breaking in
if
between.
you
It
like,
was great. Thank you for the presentation.
yeah, thank you. So and if any one of you like get got curious and try to plan to get started with this UI UX journey, you can contact anyone from the XCoder team or myself. We will try to help and guide you like what you need to do. And if you're already designing something, you can reach out to us and we will help. We will surely help you to get better in your journey. So I request once again all of you to like uh, and fill up the form. Just 5 minutes. If anyone have any questions, please ask me.
Shall we wind up the session, Gautam? Thank you, Gautam, for the wonderful session. I also thank the Department of Computer Science and Xcoder Club for helping us organize the informative sessions. I also thank all the participants and hope for more response for upcoming events. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, before 1 second, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can like everyone take your time to fill up the Google form, please? Like it will help me like get better for the next presentation and like where I'm lacking. So please fill the form.
Can I ask when is next presentation?
Uh, like like based on what the like feedback we get from this session, we will try to do the next session somewhere. And like
Is
if you
there
plan
a next
to
session?
for now we have not planned any sessions, but we will surely plan something like a complete workshop or maybe something. We will come in, show you in hands how to use Figma, and we might teach you how to like build a basic website or apps sometime in the future.
Yeah, I would like to add some words also. Like we are planning for the front-end development using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and later we also plan for backend like PHP and Django. This is our future plans. I hope everyone will attend. We'll share the details also.
Yeah, and if you anyone have any app idea, website idea, or startup idea, or anything, please contact Shreyas from XCoder team. We will try to get that idea on board. And even if it is a silly idea, just ping him, and we can take it from there. Yeah.
Gautam, did you
So
got the response?
uh,
Shall I? Shall I wind up the session?
yeah.
Yeah. Once again, thank you, Gautam, and thank you for all participating in this online webinar, as we call it as a workshop. Thank you for making it successful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.